Setting up Google local service ads for your law firm can seem tricky, but I'm here to make it simple. Before we get started, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Want a personal audit of your local service ad setup? Text audit to 619-304-5155 and we'll set up a call with my team. Let's jump in. What are Google local service ads and why should law firms use them? So Google local service ads are the most powerful way, in my opinion, to generate leads for a law firm because the psychological triggers are being satisfied when somebody sees that law firm at the top of Google. They see the authority of them being at the top. They see the check mark showing that they're verified by Google. They see the social proof of that firm with the reviews that are shared from the Google business page. They see the specificity of the fact that they take certain types of cases and the fact that that business or that attorney is actually in a specific area. They see the scarcity of the fact that there's only a few that are listed at the top in the Google local service ad section. All these psychological triggers contribute to the reasons why the conversion rate for these type of leads are the highest that you can find anywhere on the internet. And the cost per case are the lowest on the internet. They're the lowest of any types of leads that you can possibly get. And also, you only pay for an actual phone call, for a direct phone call or a direct message lead to your firm. You don't pay for clicks. You don't pay for people that just find you while they're looking for cat videos or looking at cat videos on Meta or on TikTok. They are searching for something that they need and they find you at that exact moment. So what are local service ads and how do they differ from traditional Google ads? So they're different because you only pay per direct phone call to your business during the hours that you're open, which I would suggest that you are open 24/7, and you can do that with digital agent that can answer the phone when you can't. So if you can't answer the phone within 15 seconds, you got a way to get that person, that phone call answered, that person responded to via text or via email or via voice. So they're different from Google ads, again, because Google ads are actually below the Google local service ads. Google local service ads at the top. Google ads do not show your reviews typically. 90% of the time, the Google ads do not show the actual reviews that your business has earned over time. The other thing that makes Google local service ads different from Google pay-per-click or Google ads is that there's a lot more specificity involved in the ad because it shows that you are in that specific area, that you service that area, that you've got an address in that area, that you actually service certain types of cases. It shows the person the types of cases that you take. Google ads doesn't show that. That's another reason why Google ads are very different from Google local service ads. Why are Google local service ads so effective for law firms, especially for local searches? Local service ads are really effective for law firms because your firm shows up at the very top of Google with a check mark that verifies that that firm or your firm is approved by Google, that you've had a background check, that your license has been checked, that your insurance has been checked. This is the reason why Google local service ads are so effective for law firms. Step-by-step guide to setting up Google local service ads. How do you claim and verify your Google business profile for local service ad eligibility? You set up your Google business profile page by giving Google a lot of information about your business, your address, the categories, in order to verify that you are a business, but they don't do a background check or a license check or an insurance check. This is done when you apply for the local service ads platform. So the way that you claim your local service ads page is after you set up your Google business page, which almost every business has one. How do you set up service areas, hours, and qualifications to appear in the right searches? What I would do first of all is your service area, you want to make it as big as possible. In your polygonal area or the service area around a center point, you can't set that up on the local service ads platform. Our platform can do that. So that's one thing that you definitely want to do. Next thing is your hours. So you want to make sure that you're open 24 hours. Why not? If you have a digital assistant, you can. So you want to make sure that you're open 24/7. The only way to do that realistically is to make sure that you've got a digital assistant backing up your intake and your call center.
Hi, this is Lily, an automated assistant from law firm. How can I help you today?
Hi, I would like to talk to an attorney, please.
Before we proceed, are you calling about a DUI case?
Yeah,
Thank you for confirming. May I have your name, please?
my name is Jason.
Thank you, Jason. Could you please provide the best phone number for the attorney to reach you?
Yeah, that'd be 561-247-85.
Thank you, Jason.
And then qualifications to appear in the right searches. So you want to make sure that you put all of your qualifications, anything that you can fill out in that local service ads platform that will give a distinction to you and your practice. So the way to select the right categories for your firm is what cases do you take? And you want to look at those cases that you take versus what Google Local Service Ads lists, and our team will help you with that as well. So optimizing your local service ads profile. Why is it important to fill out your profile completely, including photos, services, and featured professionals? I already touched on the featured professionals. You want to list all of the people on your team so that you have the best chance of having somebody resonate with some part of your practice. Somebody might actually see somebody on your team that went to maybe the college that they went to. You're going to get that distinction is if you put that information in your listing. So you want to put as many photos as you can of your office, of the people in your office, of you guys actually working with people, or maybe even some of your clients. The more photos you upload, the more recent they are, the better. That's the key. You want to make sure that you're giving Google what it wants. If you give Google what it wants, Google's going to give you what you want, which is more of those pre-qualified, pre-sold leads calling your practice. How do enabling messages and booking impact your LSA results? Your LSA results are going to be impacted significantly by turning on messages. Most attorneys do not turn on messages because most of their intakes are primed to only take phone calls, and they're not really set up to take messages. This is one of the reasons why a digital assistant can really help you if you're an attorney, because that AI assistant, that digital assistant, is responding to those message leads as good or better than your intake and qualifying people the exact same way that your humans would. So you typically get about a 20% bump in the lead volume just by taking message leads. And again, that's through having a digital assistant. Troubleshooting common issues with Google Local Service Ads. What should I do, or what should you do if your profile isn't showing up or if you're not getting verified? So if your profile is not showing up in the Google Local Service Ads platform, there's something going on. Either your license is expired, which by the way, our software will let you know when your license is coming due and when it needs to be re-uploaded, most importantly, to the Local Service Ads platform. I can't tell you how many times we've had attorneys that call us up and go, oh my gosh, we're not getting any more local service ads leads. How can you help us? We haven't been working with them. Most agencies run local service ads just like that. They run local service ads as a set it and forget it. It's not set it and forget it. Anything that you focus on will improve. And we've been focusing on local service ads for 20 years. So we know it is not a set it and forget it game. We have a direct connection with Google. We talk to them every single week. Not only that, but we have access to the Google Local Service Ads API that allows us to do a lot of things like pull in that verification status and let you know through notifications when that needs to be updated. How can you troubleshoot lead quality and response issues? So the way to troubleshoot lead quality and response issues is you look at your local service ad platform. Look and see how many calls you're getting versus connected calls. That's the dirty little secret that nobody talks about and nobody understands and nobody has an answer to or a solution for. And a call center is not the solution. Again, because call centers send about 30% of calls to a music hold. So the way to troubleshoot this is to set your Google Local Service Ads page, connect it to an MCC account or a My Client Center account. That's the only way that you can see the calls to connected calls. Or you work with an agency that actually has a software like we do that can tell you what percentage of calls or how many calls are being answered in less than 30 seconds and track it out for you over time and see how it goes up and down. And you can see how when you answer the phones within 30 seconds, that lead volume goes up. If you're ready to optimize your Google Local Service Ads profile, you can text Audit to 619-304-5155 for a personalized audit with my team. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.